Hello, hello, friends. Hello, brothers and sisters. How are you? How are you doing wherever you are, my dear colleagues? This is Kohera Senior, your friend, is once more back to you. Uh, I told you that we have to share our culture and actually different lifestyles which are taking place in Africa and more so in Korea. And sometimes even in Kenya, we shall be perusing them. Thank you very much for the comments you made on the previous video that was on the mother-in-laws and fathers and all those people who misbehave with their children. And I actually wanted to understand more about the relationships between the fathers-in-laws, their daughters. And I came to learn one thing funny. Here in Africa, you cannot, it is a taboo. Actually, it is an abomination to make love to your stepdaughter or your stepmother. It is an abomination. Actually, it is. And even to make love to your son's wife. I, a father, to make love with my son's wife, it is actually a curse. But all the same, cultures differ, and we we have now to interact and share and see which one is which one. Now, for today, I I I feel like sharing with you a very uh, a very somehow very short, but not very short, in fact, but a very short but sensitive video on the same lifestyle in Africa here, whereby as far as girls in marriage are concerned, this one actually concerns the high cost of dowry, which is actually being paid in Africa here by those who want to marry. The high cost of dowry here has actually stagnated so many girls. They have stagnated so many girls. They have blocked the girls to get married. You know, in our culture, in our African culture, and more so in Korean culture, every girl must get married. In fact, since I was born and here I am, I have never seen a girl who has no husband. Even if you stay in your home for 50 years, but you must have a husband at long last. But now, the terms and the conditions of marriage in our culture are alarming. Imagine you value your girl, you value your girl, you value the dowry, you value what your girl is going to give you more than the future of your girl, more than the kind of life your daughter is going to face to the person you have married your daughter to. Uh, as I told you sometimes back, it is the parents who choose partners for their sons and daughters. It is Kohera who will actually look for a husband to my daughter. we congregate, we meet in a point with the old men, where there is a local traditional brew whereby we sit and we surround that local brew. While we are taking that, we are so many elders. Uh, these elders happened that some of them have daughters and some of them have boys who have not married or bachelors. So I, Kohera, has a daughter. Then I pinpoint another colleague there. You know, I want your son to marry my daughter. Imagine, I engage, I engage courtship on behalf of my daughter to a person who I don't know whether my daughter will love. These people are only directed. You have to marry from so and so family, and that is all. You dictate. I dictate my son to go and marry so and so so's daughter. I say, if you are my son whom I sired, you have to marry that daughter. Or else, me, I don't know. You start now talking as if you are going to curse that child of yours, that son of yours, because he has refused to marry a girl. Even if he loves, even if he chooses her choice, his choice, that this is the girl I wanted to marry. Imagine you sit as a panel in a family and then you say, no, as a family, we have said we don't want you to marry that girl. So you force this girl, this young man to marry a girl who is not of his choice. Or you force your daughter to marry a boy who is not of her choice. And do you know why? It is because the family I have chosen is well off. They have many cows. They have much money. So we negotiate. I get a lot of money. They give me a lot of cows. And we have what they have introduced nowadays called an envelope. An envelope means they put a certain amount of money in an envelope and they seal that envelope, they give it to you. So the envelope belongs to the man. So maybe they have put inside there, life here is very actually high. So if they give me 10,000 shillings, 20,000, girls are so cheap in a way that you exchange your daughter with 10,000 shillings to a man who she doesn't love. Then after marriage, they go there, behaviors differ. You find your daughter has been separated, your daughter has been divorced, your daughter has been chased away. And you have already eaten the 10,000 and the nowadays the number of cows have reduced to 10 to 15. 10 to 15. 15 heads of cows. For 15 heads of cows, those are actually educated girls. Educated girls. But these dropouts here, because of the high cost of dowry, girls dowry can be paid as much as 3 cows, 4 cows, 5 cows at a throwaway price, depending on the standard of education the level of education your daughter is. So this one, ladies and gentlemen, has made life to be so hard to our girls. Our girls have stagnated. They are not getting married because of the strict culture. If your daughter goes to a home where there is nothing, like a cow or any other money, you cast that girl. You cast that girl as an outcast because she has denied you dowry. So in our beliefs, once you curse your son or your daughter, that is all. She becomes desperate. She goes without a family. She lives in a very 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 bad life. The life becomes so difficult for him. So, ladies and gentlemen, actually, this has caused now, because of this queer method of marriage, has caused a lot of unplanned families. You find your daughter has gone to has been impregnated. She's married and divorced, and coming back. Once she's divorced, she comes back with her children. Now, again, reaching in your home here, culturally, we Koreans, no girl is allowed to inherit any property from me, even land, including land. Though this girl comes back with the children, they are dumped there. So you find this girl now dumping the children, leaving the children to the grandparents or to her mother, and then she runs away to town. She goes into town in the streets now. She goes to practice prostitution because there is nowhere. She has already been actually termed as a second-hand woman. Once she's a second-hand woman, that is now her value. Her value is dead. She cannot actually now be valued as a woman who has value. So, this actually has made these broken families, has caused a lot of havoc in families. There is a video I made and I showed you that there is HIV/AIDS in our area, though it is not very high. One of the causes of this HIV are these unplanned marriages, high cost of dowry. The population of girls in our community are more than boys. The ratio actually is actually 1:7. One man against 7 girls. Even in our schools, when you go and you take statistics in a particular classroom, you find that always the number of girls is higher than the number of boys in a school. So in this case, ladies and gentlemen, I do not know what we can do so that my community can change attitude. There is this primitive attitude that unless your girl has given you some dowry, you don't recognize her as a married girl. There is this attitude we have here that a girl cannot inherit his father's land. Remember, if there happens that, Sarah has not given birth to any girl, I will keep on impregnating her. I will keep on impregnating her until the time she will get a boy. That is our culture. She has, even if she will sire 15 girls, I will still look for the 16th baby so that I have a boy. So actually this one has caused our girls to face, our daughters to face very hard times through their parents. Okay, now may I request you, ladies and gentlemen, to tell me, how do you do in your communities? How does marriage? Is there an exchange, an instant exchange of dowry when your daughter is getting married? Are you the people who actually select uh, girls for your sons? Are you the people looking for women your sons should marry? I do not know. I do not know. And actually, now, may I request you to comment, share, and tell me. I said that this is just but a very sensitive on this kind of lifestyle. It is somehow sensitive about our youth in Kenya and in Africa and in Korea. You tell me and give me the way forward what we can do, ladies and gentlemen. Otherwise, thank you very much. May I stop there? And I expect you to give me the mode of marriage. How do you people marry? How do you people apart? I don't want you to tell me on a legal. Don't go on a legal basis that you go to the court and you sign or you Christianity. No, please come back to culture. Give me how you people marry in your culture. Otherwise, thank you very much, and let us meet in the next video. Thank you.